What's happening, y'all? This is Andrew from Mirror Music 99. If y'all are new to the channel, you don't know me very well, this is the channel for the podcast that Coop from According to Hip Hop and I do about all different kinds of music. So on this channel, you'll see all kinds of different stuff from the Grateful Dead all the way through modern hip hop music and everything in between. So Coop and I have been friends for probably 25 years now. We met as sophomores in high school. So we've been friends talking about music since then. Anyway, today, that's just a way of introduction. Today we're going to do a reaction to the first song off. It sounds funny to say the first song off Hit Boy's new single with Alchemist, but that's what the album says on YouTube Music anyway. From Theodore, and I think it's Andre? Yeah, Theodore and Andre. The first one's called Morrissey. I mean, I listened to this through yesterday while I was coming home from school, and I listened through it. I was not paying super close attention to it, but I liked it a lot. So I'm interested in digging into the Morrissey song a little bit more, because Morrissey, for those of you who don't know, is a very famous musician in his own right. He is the lead singer of a band called the Smiths, and had a solo career of his own beyond that as well. He's widely known to be a curmudgeon and kind of a sad bastard. I mean, it's sad bastard music anyway. So it'll be interesting to see what Hit and Alchemist have done in a song that would cause them to use that as a title, because when I think of songs that I have heard that Hit Boy has produced, which are wildly varied and almost all incredible, sad bastard music is not the word that comes to mind at all. They tend to be more like uplifting and driving, right? So it'll be interesting to hear and to kind of talk through what I hear in Morrissey. So here we go. Let's see what we got.
In the first round, left hook caught him that time, though.
It's a boxing thing, right? That bass is heavy, man.
Still living comfortable, yo. What up? On your marks, get set, rev the engines.
That's
Toured
Alchemist,
across
right?
the globe, more than 27 missions. Money made out of plastic, no way to rip it. Soon as the wire connected, I made a visit. Sipping espresso with the pinky out. Running a shop and blow everything in the bank account. Give me that. You never see these anywhere again. I'm in a sneaky bag. My watch pocket got a spare 10. I promised my mama I would excel. 30 summers in a dungeon, the roses I couldn't smell. Heaven's gate, spirits lifted me over, I would've fell. Open instrumentals, I cast a shadow and throw a spell. I do sorcery. I'm just letting off the Porsche steam. Your money dried up like a creek, I got a forest stream. Meat and potatoes, I don't do too much.
That's got lots of spiritual almost references there. I mean, he's saying, hold on, let me look at the lyrics here. Heaven's Gate, spirits lifted me over. Heaven's Gate being, I mean, in Christianity, a literal place, right? Like that you walk through to get into heaven. But also, Heaven's Gate was the name of a cult. That's David Koresh's cult in Waco, right? You guys are going to correct me on my history here, but where he blew everybody up too. It says, I do sorcery. I'm just letting off the poor stream, cast a shadow, throw a spell. I mean, there's lots of, I wouldn't call it spiritual necessarily. I guess I'd call it metaphysical stuff, like outside this realm. And that kind of gives you the feeling of, I hate saying after Hit Boy and Nas's run, but of magic, right? Of something that's happening outside of our consciousness or control.
Much chorusing. Gave me the penthouse because they thought that I was Morrissey. Yeah, that's me. We're looking out. These are actual events. Life's
I don't have to come back into that lyric because that's where he name drops Morrissey. He gave me the penthouse because he thought I was Morrissey. So, in Alchemist, I've seen a couple pictures of him. He doesn't really look like Morrissey at all. either. I don't think, anyway. So let's go back a little bit and hear the lead into that.
I got a forest stream, meat and potatoes, I don't do too much chorusing. Gave me the penthouse cause they thought that I was Morrissey. Yeah, that's me.
So meat and potatoes, I don't do too much chorusing. Like, I guess that means he doesn't pay attention to the hooks too much. I mean, there hasn't been a hook yet in the song, and we're 2/3 done. So and Morrissey does have lots of hooks in this song. So it's for sad and depressing music. It does have a lot of sing-alongishness to it. So he's comparing himself. I mean, in the literal sense, I'm betting that's a real story that really happened, that he really did get a penthouse one time because somebody thought he was Morrissey. That sounds like the kind of thing that you would drop in a song that actually happened. But anyway, because this is not a sad song at all.
These are actual events. Life's a movie and it's packed full of suspense. I pick a wall and place my back for the defense. Fake throw the rock to shake it back with a finesse. Professor handle. Spread love like a scented candle. They'll never learn until you set example. Release the animals from the bullpens and let them trample. Hide all the records from this maniac, don't let them sample.
It's black and white, just like the keys on a grand piano. G's on my head, but the field that we in is in Lambo.
Alchemist is white, yeah? Am I remembering that correctly? So he's doing Hit Boy is like referencing, I mean, their racial makeup either way. So, which is kind of cool. But also, it calls back to like Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson doing black and white and that kind of thing too. It's just a fun little thing. Let's see if I can get back to the beginning of that verse.
Piano, G's on my head, but the field that we in is in Lambo. I vowed to stay 10 toes till the day that I plateau. Private meetings at Mastros, suited up like Sopranos. It's not a drill, we set for life off creative thoughts. Watching my old interviews, hate how I came across. I'm either too humble or think they can't fuck with me. Warrior spirit like I grew up in Dub City. The universe had decided who couldn't come with me. And being silent in crime, I admitted I'm guilty.
Being silent in crime. Hold on, let me look at this lyric. I'll make sure I say it right. Being silent in crime, I admit I'm guilty. Like, it's... And there's lots of, like, sports references into it. It's got Lambo in there. It's got Dub City and the Warrior Spirit, right? So there's lots of wordplay in here, too, which is a lot of fun as well. I was interested when I pulled this up the first time, because this is not the first time I've listened to this. This is the second time. But the first time I listened to this, I was like, how is this going to have anything to do with Morrissey? Because Hit Boy and Morrissey are about as far apart in musical stylings as you can possibly get in the popular music world, like in stuff that you would listen for on the radio. And so the literal way is that he's name dropping him, right? Alchemist name drops him in his verse about getting a hotel room because the hotel keeper thought he was Morrissey. But they are in many ways evolved, right? They're not navel gazing. This is not navel gazing music. This is not music that's talking about how crappy a person I am and all that kind of stuff. This is music to hype you up. It is, however, compared to a lot of the Hit Boy stuff that I know, slower a little bit, which is a more Morrissey-ish thing too. Hit, if you're listening to this, you can maybe speak more to that and to where that came from, or whether it was just the name dropping in there too. I dig the song though. So y'all let me know also in the comments whether you want me to do the rest of these songs. By the rest, I mean there's only 2 other ones on this little thing. Hopefully there will be a whole project that Hit and Alchemist do together, because what I've heard on this is worth digging into and exploring too. He's on an incredible run, guys. We think about Nas being on a run with the Magic and KD series. Hit did all of that, and as I'm sure you all know way better than I, has done dozens of other things during that time frame. as well, and shortly after. So, and we talked about one of them on the program last week, actually, where we talked about Big Hit and the game's Paisley Dreams too. So if you haven't checked out that episode, you should go back into the Mirror Music page and look under live, and that show is there as well. So that's all I got for this morning, guys. So take care of yourselves. We'll see you all next time.